You said something about, maybe I'm paraphrasing here a little bit, but, you know, weak men. And I grew up, when I was a teenager in the 80s, that was the most affluent time in US history. And there were no wars going on. Um, and I was soft. I was super, super soft. I'd come home from school and watch TV and, would have maybe some chores to do. But I look back and I think, man, I was such a soft person. Um, and, now, and then I chose pornography to soothe myself. Are men today softer than they used to be?
Oh, 100%. I mean, like, that's not even, like, we don't even need my opinion around that. Let's just pull up a research study on hormone levels and testosterone of men today. So the average, I believe it's the average 25 to 30-year-old today has the testosterone levels of a 60-year-old just 40 years ago in 1980. So that in of itself is a crippling thing to the men and to the world, as we just have weak, effeminate men that are just lower levels of testosterone. Testosterone is the hormone that makes men men. Like, it is one of the primary, drivers of our drive, our ambition, our strength, our ability to seek adversity. Those are masculine traits that are a byproduct of testosterone. I mean, the world is, we live in a microwave society. You want anything, you push a button and it shows up. I'm hungry, push button, food shows up. We don't have to go out and hunt and kill. We don't even have to go to the store anymore. Literally everything can come to our front door. I love the way that John Eldredge, I don't know if you're familiar with John Eldredge, he wrote Wild at Heart, a couple other great books. He's in the men's kind of masculine from a faith perspective. But in the book Wild at Heart, he has this quote or line where he talks about what makes pornography so dangerously destructive to young men is it gives them everything they desire sexually from a woman without requiring anything back of in return. If you think about, like, in previous times, and this is also social media culture, right? Like, you want to hook up, you want to have sex tonight. I could go on Tinder and probably match with 30 women in the next hour and probably have multiple dates lined up here tonight. And the chances are, if I'm in the right app and I play my cards correctly, I would be able to sleep with one of them. And that's not what I'm encouraging anybody to go and do. But it's getting to this point where, like, men of the old, like, they had to protect, they had to provide financial safety, security for the people, women most importantly in their life, in order to actually be able to get intimate relationships with them. But nowadays we can sit behind a screen, feel like we're getting relationship. This is where OnlyFans is massively destructive, because it brings in that back and forth exchange. So it can feel like we have a relationship, we get everything we want, we get the release, but we don't ever have to show up in the world as a real man of purpose, as a man of protection, as a man of just being a valuable resource. I think men are called to be resources to the rest of the world, and we're not seeing that. We're seeing men as consumers. They're consuming TikTok, social media, pornography, junk food, NFL games on Sunday. Like, it's a consumer-based society instead of a creative, production-based society.